Hello. It's good to see you again. It's time for Cobble, guys. Are you ready for Cobble?
I am. So I asked you guys to tweet me and explain why jOELZ is so popular on HLTV. And here are your answers. I had to scroll down a bit. So jOELZ is a legend because he's only attended one LAN with a 100% win ratio. Someone else said he is the best Dust 2 player in the world according to HLTV. Oh, and he got kicked from ENTS because he went to cook minced meat mid-practice. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've been tweeted.
How is that relevant to the original question?
That sounds awesome.
Where's the relevance?
In terms of practice, actually, what I find quite interesting is like you go on IRC, right, and you search for scrims or PCWs, whatever.
People don't go on IRC anymore, James. That's out of date.
I do.
I used to.
I still go on there. Anyway, most people play, like, even if it's a practice match, they play to first to 16 instead of all 30 rounds, which is how you play practice, because the entire point is it's a practice. So getting to 16 doesn't matter so much as practicing does. So you play 30 rounds, guys. Come on, get with the program.
Yeah, losing is kind of...
Some people refuse. Some people
losing is kind of important, guys.
Like they join our server, right? And we'll play 30 rounds, and then if they get to 16 first, they're like, no, we're leaving. Like, we won, guys. We won the practice, but we won. We won, so we're leaving. Forget the practice. We won.
So let me just put this out there. You guys are spoiled. You are spoiled rotten because these days you have tournaments to play. Back in my days, this behavior was much more understandable because it's like, what was your metric to understand who was better? There weren't a lot of tournaments, a lot of LANs as well. Like most people, all they actually had was practice games to actually identify whether they were better or not than other players. Because tournaments were hard to get to. You couldn't find sponsors, or you're too young, James. Like me, I was too young in those days. He wants to send a 15-year-old to LAN.
With massive hair.
My hair was
massive.
Amazing.
So, Reason will start on the CT side. Now, if Reason are a more solid team than Mixcats, assuming Mixcats are, even if they're very familiar with each other, a mix, then these two maps, Cobble and Inferno, should be much stronger for Reason. Let's see how it goes. 2 headshots for JUGI in the connector area is a great start here. This is a difficult map for the CTs to defend, so to have such a strong start in the first round is great. HUNDEN trying to hold things down here. He has support from the chicken coop area. Trying to get a flash so his teammate does not get swarmed. He's got a 1v1 in the corner. HUNDEN just waiting. HUNDEN finding the frag, saving his teammate. Very nice play by him. 5 versus 2 now. The bomb is down. Far away from the bomb plant for these Ts. xartE is the only one, and maeVe's coming for him with jOELZ. Again, what's interesting here is 3 of these CTs have bought armor. They bought Kevlar, but maeVe has bought himself jOELZ, and he doesn't have any Kevlar, whereas he should probably have the raid boss situation going on.
So the thing that was weird is that they slowed down so much, Mixcats. That was really the problem for them. They allowed so much time for Reason to rotate that your chances to win the round go down dramatically because you're not getting... Because there's multiple ways for you to actually win the round in that position. Gaining positioning is incredibly important. If you're not gaining position, you need to be killing people. They weren't able to do either of those two things. Because you can sacrifice, let's say, 2 people, and if you're on the bomb site, then that's great because now you can swap the roles. You can say, now we're going to shut you down out of the choke points. Even though we're at a couple men disadvantage, we have the opportunity to also plant the bomb, as well as use the choke points, natural choke points against you. So that's something to think about. And none of that works out for them.
Just been told that Mixcat beat SK on Cobble today, and that would have been a 16-14, as both maps were, which means that they will be warm for this map.
For the Gobblers.
So here comes the push. 3 people straight into the drop zone. There goes the 4th. maeVe moving back into a more passive position. Does not want to get one shot by those Tech 9, so they will concede position. Double nades coming in, but they'll take half of him away. Now the push comes in towards the B bomb site. Can they get the bomb down? Can they get any frags? Crossfire around the rock is going to do great work, leaving only xartE carrying the bomb. Maybe a consolation frag toward the back. Now it's about economical damage for him. Too many players emerging on his position. 1 frag it will be, and Reason continue the clean sheets.
So there you saw a similar problem as well, that they got the position, but they stopped moving. basically. So you have another issue that the CTs can still use the choke points against them, and even because they had 5 people alive, you can trade players for positioning in that kind of a spot. So Mixcat's just getting too easily distracted and slowed by their opponents, I would say. But of course, you know, hey, it's the force buy, the competition went too high, and now they go for the eco, and the money's being made, and that's an issue. That's an issue.
Well, we're going to have significant rotation now. It's a full rotation as the bomb has been spotted once more and is in an irretrievable position. All for nothing. Money being made by the Reason players. maeVe still running around with the Deagles. The dual
Deagles would be amazing.
Dual Bretters. Are they called dual elites or dual Bretters in this game? I'm not even sure.
Well, they're dual Bretters, but they're also called the dual elites.
That doesn't answer my question
so
at all.
They can be both.
You could not have less answered my question.
But they're both.
I asked what they're named in this game.
I'm going to say...
You don't know, is the answer that you should say that. As opposed to, well, they are this, but they can be called that. Which doesn't answer my question. First frag goes to Yugi, taking down jOELZ, early peek. And he will move back into a more passive position and enjoy. He will bathe in the glory of the one-man advantage.
I knew you were going to say the word bathe somehow. It's kind of weird. Anyway, we do have another kill coming in from Config. Great though from Juho, as Config does get eliminated. And we'll have to see whether or not that can actually mean anything for Mixcat. The biggest deal about that is that it forces some rotation. That's the big deal. But now they're down to 2 players. Oh, this is actually a good situation now for Mixcats. They can abuse this. We'll see them moving down the plateau. Now the problem is that it's actually kind of unlikely or unexpected to see a CT in this position at the end of the plateau. So if they spot tabu, I will be very surprised. It's a nice off angle that he's holding, and because at the point at which they would show to tabu, they are more interested in looking onto the side. That's the big problem. But they go for the smoke, which should actually eliminate that possibility, but there is the trade. That's what they needed, and now Reason have an advantage in this round. Sunny has a mere 30 seconds to win this. It's a good nade, but still yet more needs to be done. Going to smoke off the Molotov. Maybe bait out some shots as well, as they might presume that he's planting right now in the smoke. Oh, so good by Sunny. And now it's just one more player, but 15 seconds to go. And the bomb will be planted.
I was going to say, I didn't think the smoke was deep enough for him to plant, but I was wrong. And he makes the plant. He's got half the health of Yugi, who switches out to the M4. This might be a surprise for Sunny. You can see he's trying to shoulder peek to make him miss the AWP shot, but AWP has gone, and Yugi will find the M4 frag and pick up the AWP afterwards. So, Reason can continue their clean sheets.
It's a hard spot because Sunny knows that he can't kill enough time feasibly to win that round. He knows he has to actually find a better engagement to win the round. So it's a pretty difficult spot there to play.
I do think they are called dual elites in this game. I'm fairly sure they are. It might be licensing because Bretta is a brand. Bretta make guns. So I'm guessing that's why. Avoid being sued. Maybe. Who knows. 4-0 Mixcats on the force by Tech9's Deagle. And a P250 on Stonde with no armor. So they're going to go for a flash peek. Push through the underpass area, or mid, as some people call it. I know Threat calls it mid, for example. Par exemple, if you're French. One lurker towards the B-bomb site, just creating a bit of doubt. You can see throwing some nades into drop zone, trying to stretch the defense of the CTs as his comrades emerge towards long.
So it's pretty much... Oh god. Yeah, it's not great. Never mind. There are no points to be made here. There is only death and destruction for Mixcats. Not much for them to really do. And you can see their idea was to try to sneak up onto long and just try to get the trades into the bomb site. It didn't work out. And again, it's a very low percentage play, as would be expected, with no Kevlar, no grenades, just a few pistols. So nothing out of the ordinary. But that means Reason will go up 5-0. Their economy will be booming. They'll be looking very healthy indeed. And that will mean that Mixcats need to win a few rounds against gun rounds in a row before they can force out an eco from their opponents, which makes their life very difficult at the beginning of this Cobble match. Now, I'm curious how they will approach the future rounds with their buys, and we're about to see. We are about to see. Are they going to opt for the AWP? Yes. Immediately, this is Stonde AWP. So
that's why he only had P250 armor in the previous round.
So what will we see from him? Where will he take the AWP? Will he go towards B plateau? Will he go towards A? I think A is more likely, but we never know. You never know, I guess.
I think this is a difficult map to AWP on the T side. Because in many situations, in situations where you're more likely to find a frag, you are also considerably more exposed to different areas. And when you're scoped in, that's going to be hard. For example, the plateau towards B. Some people get a bit crazy with the AWPing the drop zone, but I think that's only viable against a significantly weaker opponent. Otherwise, you should get completely wrecked. So we're going to have JUGI on the bomb site, trying to hold things down here with the AWP. Very susceptible to being flashbanged here, which is why you sometimes have a support player over behind the tree, which will avoid a lot of flashbangs. Can provide cover for the AWP, but he's going to do the job. Is JUGI for now. That grenade should be great. Indeed it is. Stonde reduced to 50 HP, and I'm not even sure if he's fired his gun yet.
So again, it's a situation where they have some positioning, but full attention has been brought upon them by the CTs, but it doesn't matter if Sonny's going to be once again opening up the round for them. He's been doing a good job in some of these B attacks, and once again he is going to provide them with a lifeline. And we do get the bomb going down. He's going to get an additional kill before he finally falls. So, to be honest, that round looked horrendous until Sonny decided to actually do something. That's
quite a nice blind spot he had for himself there as well. Just around the curvature of the building, which is one to note for the people watching who also play. So Mixcats make their way finally onto the scoreboards. I think Stonde and xartE have 1 kill apiece for the time being. See if they can gain any momentum and how long it will take for them. That is absolutely disgusting. Never mind what I was saying.
Stonde should go to prison for that, James.
Yes, he should. Well, Tabu just, I don't even know what just happened there, but he was just, that just was bizarre. Anyway, he's dead, and Reason are falling apart in the second round. They're going to lose in a row. He was just ahead of the smoke. I can only assume he didn't realize there was a gap on the other side, so he thought he was safe, but he was very unsafe, Dan. He was swimming in a shark pool with the rubber bands on his elbows.
There was blood everywhere, which attracted the sharks.
If you like, you know, if you want to add to the story in that fashion, then so be it.
Yeah, because sharks don't kill people. Don't really kill humans as much as people think. But anyway.
Thank you for that fact, Dan.
They get a bad rap, man.
We definitely needed this.
Dolphins are more dangerous
at this point in time.
Dolphins are the never mind. It's too brutal. Anyway, we have the push coming in from Mixcat. So they're just cleaning up the eco. So it only took winning 2 rounds back to back to get that eco, but it does show you the importance of winning back to back rounds.
Oh, health and safety. HUNDEN forced to leave the coop. HUNDEN is not dead.
So Mixcat's, I mean, the thing is, I'm not confident with Mixcat's ability to take rounds on the T side still, because if you look at how they've won rounds so far, it's been off the back of Sonny's individual performances, generally speaking. And you can't, and part of the reason why they're not able to take the extra step is because they're not getting the correct grenades on the site, and that their pacing onto the bomb site is problematic as well. The coordination between taking drop zone and taking B plat when they want to go B, and so far they haven't really gone A. That's been an issue. That coordination's been an issue. And if they were to go A and try to trade frag into A, take some control, play the default rounds, and then maybe potentially be able to double back into B if they want to go there, that's also looked a little bit sketchy. So I'm still yet to be dazzled by Mixcat's ability on the T side here.
5 mollies for the Mixcat side. Going to try and keep Reason away from all these sneaky spots around the map. You can see Reason on the AWP. JUGI has no armor though. He's running around in his boxer shorts with that one. See if he goes for a peek towards long. Bit of a boost coming in onto the tree position again. That does help avoid loads of flashes which come over the wall with little warning. But Mixcats will be passive towards plateau for the time being as they continue to try to catch up with Reason's score.
So one thing that has sunk them, as I mentioned, is that because their coordination is a bit off, it slows their timings down. And that means that there is more time for CTs to get in position. But that said, there's no trade onto HUNDEN. And that's going to completely halt any efforts that they had into that B bomb site. And Reason, once again, are fully alerted towards that bomb site. They've got 2 players towards the drop zone, and they are looking quite strong in the defense. All they have to do is just hit another couple of shots, and there's nothing that Mixcats can do. There's the first one. xartE will fall, and Juho is left to try to engineer something from that position. I mean, Stonde is there with an AWP in drop zone. James, that's not going to work.
Yeah, Reason building on their foundations at the moment.
I actually can't think of a worse place for an AWP than drop zone.
Yeah, as we said, some people try and do it, but it only really works when your opponent is significantly underskilled in comparison to you, which is not the case here. So he's going to have a tough time AWPing on the T side in general. I mean, he did get a pick on B, but generally speaking, I think it's going to be more frustration than fruition with this AWP.
The newest place for an AWP is the Porta Potty.
The Porta Pui.
Exactly, let's cut to the chase. So once again, we're looking at a Mixcats that are trying to take control of the map towards B. Again, I want to highlight that they're not really exercising pushes towards A. And that's easier to take map control there, and easier to get frags there, generally speaking. If you've got good pop flashes, if you've got good coordination as a team. So are they going to be able to take drop zone because they are looking like they want to grab it again? That's been an issue for them. Previously to this round, HUNDEN was able to stop them.
This is a 5 versus 3 situation with a long rotate for the last few Reason players, so they need to make sure that their players over here do well for them. That Molotov will slow things down, but still no movement here from the Reason players towards A. There was one boosted, so if he moves, he's not going to get back to his position. maeVe trades, and there's other frags coming in the drop zone, 3 versus 3, but there's only one on the B bomb site trying to hide in the smoke. He's going to go down. Now, if Mixcats can get something or someone holding an angle on the door, then they should be good. And indeed, they've got Juho trying to watch 2 places at the same time, as Reason are pushing 2 places at the same time, at least trying to. I think Juho's opponent might be on the other side of the rock right next to him. Indeed he is. Going to get a spray down onto him, and will not have enough bullets left to get config, but xartE will come in for the save. Mixcat surviving with 3 players.
So it's going to be a pretty interesting situation now, because I thought Reason were actually springing forwards, that they had a lot of momentum, that they were going to get at least 7-8 rounds on the board before we start to see Mixcats really doing all that much. And Mixcats look to be really bouncing back here. They have 4 rounds. They are up against an eco, looking like they're going to claim their 5th. They just have to stick together. They just have to play the classic anti-eco strategies, where you play the long ranges, you play positions like this. B plateau is really nice. And you should be able to take the round. And this is the problem there. We saw Stonde. He's alone with an AWP on the other side of the map. That is absolute trouble, James.
Yeah, and so 4 versus 2, we'll see a bit of hunting from Mixcats to try and get these weapons out of the hands of the final Reason players. jOELZ not making the required connection yet, but he will continue the hunt. Somewhat on his own. Maybe he's going to wait for his teammates to join.
Oh, they're doing it. This is reminding me of my youth.
I feel like I'm a teenager, Dad.
Yeah, it reminds me of my youth, sitting there with a scout. And like, you let your team lose the round, you just sit there. You just sit there, just trying to get the sneaky frag. That's what you do. And there weren't any Molotovs in 1.6, so you could not do that. Well, jOELZ is going to be dying. So, okay, so I want to throw it out there that what Stonde was doing contributes to the round in no way at all. If you're alone on the other side of the map and you're playing anti-eco, you know you're up against an eco, and a team of this level, you should really expect that they would be reading the money to know that. There is nothing you can accomplish by going alone somewhere when your team is pushing B. It does not help you with your objectives. It doesn't. Alone
with the AWP in that situation, it can often be a free AWP.
At least Stonde has neutralized that AWP now, but still.
Indeed he has. So any early aggression shut down by Stonde, but Juho has been lost in return, trying to take control of the underpass mid-area. All the remaining Ts over towards the B-bomb site once again. We've got 2 CTs watching the plateau actually. That's sneaky off angle once more with extra support elsewhere. Crossfire essentially. Tabu taking down xartE's Stonde. He's spotted, and he will not make it even a peek. It's a nice one tap by Sonny, but if somebody too is close right, that's maeVe. maeVe is also dead.
Yes.
2 versus 2. There is a flank coming in from the A-bomb site, which has been spotted. jOELZ trying to tap once again. Everything slows down to a halt. Config, you're going to go for the repeat here. Maybe expected to obviously rotate for a new angle, but you will go for the same. Bomb down in a horrible position, an awkward position. This is very awkward for Mixcats because they can't both go to try and retrieve the bomb in case they get flanked. So they need to try and force the aggression, and indeed they will force a rotation from config. But now, how do they get the bomb? This is a very strong angle for tabu. Going to avoid the first flash, and the bomb will be picked up while the second one goes in. So plant by the wall. Both CTs coming for the retake from the same angle. Now this angle is reversed in favor of the Ts, but jOELZ is blind. jOELZ finds a frag regardless. 2 versus 1. Config gets Sunny down. jOELZ not much HP. Can't get away in time. I'm sure he wanted to dance around the wall, but couldn't get around the corner in time. And Reason will take it to 7-5.
Thing is, though, the bomb went down, so that's $800 for everybody on Mixcat. And Reason, I think that they have, yeah, they don't have any money, so they're going to spend all of this just to re-equip. And this gives Mixcat an opportunity to reset them completely. So if they win this one, they get a free one, basically. This round is worth 2 for Mixcat. And of course, that in this position, they really want all remaining 3 rounds in a row. Would be fantastic for them. So, but it really hinges upon them winning this round. And they've bought not 1, but 2 sawn-off shotguns.
This is legit. This is legit. If they get a flash in there, they could go all the way with this, Dan. They could go all the way with this, but maeVe is in a passive position. Maybe expecting something dodgy. Something dodgy comes in. Sawn-off kill. That's going to be good money as well, but can they retrieve the gun? That is a question. We've got 1 into the drop zone area, and there's still close quarters where these are favorable engagements with the essentially a one-shot Juho. Oh, Config going to take him down just out of range there.
That was a close one, but still, there is a chance here for Mixcat, especially now stonde has evened things up. And one of the sawn-offs is out of play, but jOELZ should be able to pick up a weapon. He's got the sawn-off. It doesn't do anything from certain ranges. Like, the bullets disappear very quickly with the sawn-off. So I'm surprised there in jOELZ being very proactive. But here we go. stonde is trying to work things from the drop area. And we've got xartE with a quick wallbang as well. So 1 versus 1 now. Yugi's coming in with an AWP. Seeing if he can save this round. He's going to be approaching from the main double doors. And xartE is going to be aware that it's very, very likely that he's coming from this position. Now, with 20 seconds left, he can't really be too slow about this. And of course, there is no smoke for him to play with, but he has managed to actually get past the blind spot of his opponent. JUGI was repositioning. He was not able to catch him as he crossed. So JUGI is not 100% sure, but he's got a good guess. And he will go down, does xartE to that AWP of JUGI. But the bomb is planted at the very least. But now Mixcat's chances to actually get that get rounds in a row essentially is being
what is it, Dan?
It's stunted.
2 rounds remaining in this first half. Mixcat with, you know, they've got a reasonable amount of rounds on the board. I almost feel like a team would expect to get more rounds on the T side. The sawn-off will continue here for Juho, while the rest of his teammates will just have the pistols here, looking for the bigger buy in the following round. So, what can Reason muster on round 14? They've got a bunch of Molotovs, so they can try and hold off Mixcats for a while at least. Not sure if Yuga always missed a shot there onto jOELZ. Bit of information as to where the AWP is for his team, but really, how useful is that information when they've only got pistols, apart from this sawn-off from Juho? And again, it's going to be very hard to engage. I'm fairly sure you must have seen an elbow of maeVe. maeVe coming back for the repick, but you can't get that close to the sawn-off. Oh my god, the sawn-off is just absolutely scintillating at the moment. We've got stonde taking down tabu as he catches Yugi off guard, and that's going to be a very, very annoying situation now for Reason, because Config is the only man standing. He's got to take his way through this the drop zone area. And there is xartE with the deagle. Okay, it's not the best weapon ever, but this position is going to allow him a nice engagement. Look at this. Boom, there it is. Excellent damage. Round 1. Sawn off the centerpiece once more. For those of you who don't have a great understanding as to how shotguns work, just imagine they fire ball bearings. If the shotgun has a longer barrel, then the ball bearings will stay closer together over a longer period of time, over a longer range. So the Nova is good at longer range than the sawn-off. The sawn-off is sawn off, so it spreads wider from a shorter range. So when you get up close and personal with it, just go for the meat shot to the chest, and you should get a one-shot every single time. Which is why it's so dangerous and legit in that drop zone area. If you can get in there, CTs are are in much danger if they go for the repeat. So now Mixcat's up against pistols. So their chances here are pretty good. They're once again going for B. They have really neglected A very, very heavily. But here we go. It's actually hard for the CTs, even if they think they're going to be every round, to actually push that location. It's really unfavorable. You just have to wait. And that's kind of the beauty of this for the Ts. And it's a quick cleanup here for Mixcat as well. They look like they're going to be taking this round without too much in their way of issues. Reason have 2 plays left, and 1 is in T-spawn. They could hardly be more out of position right now. At this point, Config might as well just go in the toilet.
Yeah. Or he might try to get some 1Ds. 5 1Ds, let's go. No, maybe not. So 8-7 for Reason. That's okay. That's okay. But Mixcats have definitely done a decent job here. They've gotten 7 rounds on their T side. They'll be moving into the CT. And this is pretty much anyone's game. But just to remind you, Mixcats won the first map. Was it 16-1? 16-2? 16-2, I think. Or 16-3. I think it was 16-3.
I cannot recall that.
It was a lot. Other rounds in advantage.
So we have 4 Kevlars and HE and a defuse kit onto xartE. Where is he? That HE is... if there was a rush towards me, that HE would come in handy, to say the least. But it's not. Sonny getting the first frag elsewhere. Reason with 3 Kevlars, Tabu carrying the bomb, and it looks like they're going to be a split heading towards the A site where there's only one person, but a flank is coming in. Sonny gets traded after taking down one of the players. You can see Tabu trying to stop the CTs pushing through connector. 3 of the CTs there, all trying to get the work done. The bomb is down. That's going to give the opportunity for the CTs to push through the balcony area. Bomb's basically in CT spawn, and the remaining Reason players will be cleaned up by Mixcats. Could this be a 2-0, Dan, or is it too early to say?
It's way too early, but it's a good start, of course. Ooh, Bison on jOELZ. Bison on jOELZ. So, Reason, are they going to go for the force buys? So far today, they haven't really opted for a lot of force buys. I don't think they've done it once, actually, in this position. They always just get some pistols, as you see here, no Kevlars, and then they do pistols again in the following round. So, it is investing in both rounds, but it's a lighter investment across 2 rounds instead of an all-in investment in 1 round. So that's, I mean, that does give them, it ends up giving them a little bit more money when they actually end up buying, making an alt play very feasible early on. But yeah, definitely Mixcats are very favorable here with the superior weaponry, and getting off to a good start like this is pretty important. Now, I didn't see the game that they played earlier against SK on this map, so I don't know exactly how their CT plays.
Bison, I was going to say, is $600 bonus if you get a kill with it, but jOELZ is dead. However, Mag 7 is $900 bonus.
Not just jOELZ,
however, that's been dropped. Yeah, but the point is, jOELZ was carrying the Bison that I was talking about. Sonny didn't have a Bison, did he?
So this is looking bad here for Mixcats. They're getting completely wrecked on the A bomb site. But still, they do have the armor advantage. And not having to deal with aim punch is a significant deal, especially if you're carrying a P90 like Juho is. xartE there as well with the M4 there. He's going to get an engagement with multiple players. Juho can absolutely pull this off with the P90. It's the ideal weapon, but no!
Tech 9 is also the ideal weapon, Dan.
Just generally speaking, in life, carry a Tech 9. In life.
So, Mixcats, 1 round behind. Getting the armor out, the CZ to Deagles. 2 smokes and a nade. I'm curious to see where they will choose to put these smokes. Presumably 1 towards B. Plateau would make sense if they could follow that up with a nade. Should there be a push, that would be interesting. However, Reason will start with a passive approach, as they may expect some aggression from Mixcats. Look at the insta rotation from here from Mixcats. All quiet on the B front, so they're just bombing it down towards long, as you would say in London.
So it's actually obviously a good approach. But the problem is that Reason, they're checking every single corner. There is no corner or stone left unturned by them. And Juho, he might be able to capitalize. He does actually get 2 kills out of that. And there is a 3rd player on Reason out of the 3 that are left alive. The 3rd one, maeVe, is actually very weak, 11 HP. So xartE can do yet more damage still. It would be very nice to get a cheeky 1-peek, but he does not afford himself that opportunity, as it is going to be a 10-8 scoreline now. So Reason able to actually do better than winning the pistol round. They lost the pistol round, but won the not even a force buy in the 2nd round. They didn't even buy everything. They just bought a few pistols and managed to still win. So that's the ideal situation economically, because if we look at Mixcats now, they got nothing. They got nothing to say about this, about how things are going right now. They got no way to impact the economy of Reason unless something untoward happens.
CTs have gone for a 4-man stack towards the A site, but they are fast discerning that there is no one around, and they are rotating to B. But can they get to B in time? Juho almost gets a CZ kill, but didn't get quite enough done. maeVe surviving with 9 HP. Now it's a cleanup operation for Reason post site take here. Sonny and jOELZ. Let's see if they can get any kills. jOELZ trying to play it sneaky. He gets the sound cue of config loitering. Looking for the trade fragger once again. And of course, just as he looks away, he will get shot in the back of the head.
I want to play Counter-Strike with Oculus Rift. 5v5, everyone with Oculus Rift.
I don't.
That would be amazing.
I still haven't tried an Oculus Rift.
Nor have I.
But, okay.
I've not tried any virtual reality devices.
I have tried one.
Please send them to me.
I've tried two, actually. 3-round lead for Reason, looking to get themselves back into this game. While they have the lead in this game, they are a game down if you are just joining us. They got beasted on Dust 2. They got the belts.
They got the belt. Oh dear. Okay, we got Juho. He's in a nice position over here, but he's getting spammed out, and this could be an opportunity. Yes, it will turn into an excellent opportunity. He gets both kills. Excellent execution there with that M4. However, Reason are not discouraged from powering up into the A-bomb site and have made their way with the bomb regardless. So Mixcats have to go for the retake, and it is an important one as they need to get rounds on the board. They need to get the economy situation under control, because if they lose this round, Reason are just going to be trouncing them once more, not just economically, but just in every single way.
Well, they're trying to save 3 weapons here at the back of B. Do you remember when there was that arch you could go through on B, and you could hide behind there, that completely broken arch? Well, they don't have that to hide behind now. But Reason not going to go on a massive hunt.
Why is there anyone on these benches using?
Because it's a war zone, Dan.
But is it?
It's a lovely castle. Would you go for a picnic in a war zone?
It's a
you probably would.
Castle.
I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would do it with little hesitation, although your company may have other ideas. Like stay indoors because there's a war outside.
There's not a war though, really.
Well, there's
a crane.
I can see terrorists running around with rifles, Dan. I'm not sure about you, but I can also see
porta potties,
counter-terrorists. People just threw grenades. So, 2 CTs towards the A-bomb site, the entire T side towards A as well. See how fast Mixcats can react to this. I think we might see a bit of a peak towards B. Still somewhat unsure, going to leave one person there, and of course, Reason could still rotate. They have a man advantage, and they have a minute 15 to play on that and create doubts in the eyes and the minds of Mixcats. Mixcats who saved 3 weapons in the previous round, trying to do what they can with what they have. But at the moment, it's not much.
Yeah, they're getting completely locked out here. There is literally nothing to do at this point. Obviously, just started left alive, but not for long. Just speaking of that, like, you know, in
speaking of what?
In a lot of fighting games, they put in the background like a ridiculous amount of characters moving around that are just very distracting. Can you imagine if Counter-Strike was like that? You had just like a bunch of people on the benches, people like playing with the cannon in the A.
Imagine if the market on Italy was full of shoppers, Dan,
yeah,
looking for chickens to cook at home for dinner for the family.
That sounds absurd, but in fighting games, the equivalent is actually is real in a lot of them. In some of these stages. Anyway, moving back into Counter-Strike, it is Mixcats on the eco. They have a huge amount of, they have the max money bonus from a consecutive round loss bonus, which is $3,400. So that's why they've actually decided to purchase some armors with their pistols this time around, because they just have so much cash. But the problem is that they aren't winning rounds. Reason are looking like they're going to a fast third map, interestingly enough. And the last map, I believe, is Inferno. So despite the first map looking as grim as it did, the map pool overall favors Reason as a team that's playing Team Counter-Strike versus Mixcats, who are, I would say, they're not far away from a team, but they're definitely playing Mixed Counter-Strike. That's what their preference is.
Yeah, they may not have all the drills in the bag and the executes.
I like a good execute.
Well, for now, it's just a clean-up operation. It's just identify and eliminate. jOELZ going for a peek. jOELZ getting 1 frag. There's the second one. jOELZ with 3 5-7 frags. He's close to a 4th. And the rest are followed up by Sunny and stonde. Tabu is left, I think, with about 4 HP after those engagements with jOELZ.
So Mixcats, I mean, so far we've not been left with much to believe in when it comes to their CT side, James. I'm a non-believer.
Well, they beat SK 16-14, so they would have had to, well, actually no, I was going to say would have had to perform well on both sides, but that's not necessarily true depending on how the round went. We didn't see that, so we will never know. 2 over towards B bomb site here for Mixcats. Reason still have the buy despite getting annihilated by the 5-7. And again, we mentioned before, you know, the P250 recently has taken a back seat to the 5-7 and the Tech 9. And there's one example of why.
Yeah, I mean the thing with the P250 is that it is $200 cheaper than those guns, and as you mentioned, you get like 1 kill with a P250 will immediately allow it to pay back for itself. Not only that it gives you the money back for the gun immediately, directly, but the damage economically is insanely cost efficient because you're likely removing a guy who bought Kevlar grenades and a rifle. That's $4 to $5K for $300 invested. Pretty nice. But here we have Stonde actually within a very aggressive position, and you can see it will pay off this time. And the problem here is that Reason didn't have enough presence on Bleed Plateau to deny that opportunity for Stonde. They decided to just walk in way too late with never keeping tabs on it, allowing the CTs to run amok on it, and that's going to be Mixcats taking full advantage. And James, that's a 13-10 scoreline now for Mixcats. That's not actually looking too terrible. They just have to be able to string rounds together more frequently. And the problem is we haven't seen the consistency there in approach from them just yet to encourage us to believe that is possible.
Reason still have the money for multiple buys, this one included. But obviously with the score Reason have anyway, Mixcats can't really afford to give any more rounds away. See how it goes. Early opening for Yugi. Lots of aggression from Juho, but didn't pay off on this occasion.
And here it is, the challenge coming into A long is Sunny. He's got the grenade in his hand. It's not necessarily the best look, and indeed he will get caught off guard. Excellent response there from Config, so incredibly quick to the shot, to the trigger, and it's going to have to be jOELZ, but no, he doesn't get anything done either. It's going to just be Stonde and xartE left, twiddling their thumbs at this point, thinking, what the hell do we even do from this position? xartE is stuck behind the APC on the bomb side. There's literally nothing for him to accomplish. He will get eliminated without too much trouble from Reason, and Mixcats once again lose another round. And having just won a round previous to this, I would not hesitate to say we're going to Inferno.
Well, Stonde has an AWP. Stonde no longer has an AWP dan. See, jOELZ's tag is Winland. When I was in International Esports Federation finals in Azerbaijan last year, there was a female Tekken player, and her coach was shouting Winland in the crowd while she was playing, which is kind of cool. Anyway, back to the match. 14-10, Reason leading Mixcats on Reason's pick, which we did expect Reason would win, but hasn't happened just yet. Mixcats do have another buy, even if Juho is reduced to a CZ.
But at least Juho has an incendiary and a couple flashes, so he's got utility to work with on that CZ front. So it's not the end of the world, really. And he is kind of playing the most risky position of his entire team. So that makes a lot of sense, as he has the least investment out of all of his teammates. And it will be Reason pushing A together all through A long, and they won't encounter any resistance. Dan. Resistance. They're not going to encounter existence.
They won't encounter existence because he plays for a different team, Dan.
They will encounter an existential crisis as they push forwards. I wonder why they're playing this game. Here we go, got Juho, he's close range, and this is good. Sunny's actually distracted them from his position, but he's going to peek a little bit too wide there, which kind of gives up the ghost insofar as his teammates' distraction became meaningless. And now we have Mixcats in a very dire situation. They're having to try to defend here. The T's have actually managed to get themselves all over the bomb site, and a good defense coming in from xartE takes down Yugi straight away. But xartE is really getting very low here, and finally he's going to be taken down. Sunny, in an unexpected position, will be handily defeated by maeVe, so things not looking good, unless Stonde can create quite the miraculous clutch.
Or both, I suppose, Dan.
Oh my goodness. He might actually, I think he just spotted a pixel there of maeVe. Indeed, he'll finish him off. So this is becoming possible at this point. Stonde dives in a heroic fashion, but he will be dispatched by HUNDEN. And that's going to be that.
He dived in, Dan, but the pool was shallow. He tombstoned.
He did. He did. 15-10.
All the money's gone.
Map point for Reason. It is very important for them, as that would then allow them to bring it to Inferno. Another map which should, in theory, favor them.
Mixcats, they had a rich aunt who died. She gave them all their money, all her money. They've since spent it, Dan. They threw it away. Now they're left with the FAMAS.
With a FAMAS. I wonder what they spun it on. That remains to be seen. We have xartE. Close range. This is a very dangerous position. You get one frag. Oh, excellent damage there. Yugi and Tabu both go down incredibly low. And now we have a 4 versus 2 situation favoring the CT side. Mixcats. They're not done just yet, but Yugi is trying to work on that very fact, and it indeed will be a 2 versus 2 situation moving forwards as Reason Gaming try to get the bomb planted on A, or rather on B, and it's going to be a labored effort because that bomb is down at the moment.
I wonder if this X just saved Y by killing Z thing can give away positions of people depending on how it works. Curious about that, but here we go. 45 seconds left. Nobody's moving. People are waiting for peaks. People are relying on the craving of information of their opponents. And it seems the camp may have paid off. Assuming they haven't seen the bomb. And here comes Yugi taking down the man, Stonde, leaving it to the other man, Sunny, to do what he can. He's got full health. He has no helmet. He's up against an open and AK. Ooh, both these players are very heavily tagged. Gets a nice opening frag on the remaining 2. But what else can he do? Surely Sunny will win this. Surely he will win this.
This is going to be close. This is going to be very, very close here. Yugi is prowling, but the problem is the time. Oh, great response there. Sunny with a nice little flick, 90 degrees, and that will be the frag and the round. And Mixcat stay in this one for a moment longer. They're playing it round by round at this point. And again, I'm really not seeing this happening for Mixcats. It was miraculous enough for them to win that round, but we can see this round even, they're not even that much better equipped, to be honest. An AWP is a nice change of pace, but still, it's going to be hard.
Thing is, Reason's money is starting to get low, but as they lose this round, their bonus is starting to rise. Juho finds himself 2 frags in a drop zone. That is a favourable trade for the CTs, but for how long? This is a difficult map to defend with 5 people, and they're left with 4. If these Reason players can team up without getting flanked, without giving lots of information to Mixcats, then maybe this is still doable. jOELZ in a position to do something absolutely disgusting, and that is it. He basically puked all over maeVe there and killed him with that Mag 7. 4 versus 2 now down.
That is not nice. Here we go. We got Yugi trying to make his way back into the B plateau area. Oh, that was a sickening shot there from Yugi. That might just be enough. But whilst that was happening, HUNDEN gets tagged down to 2 HP. So as far as a health perspective goes, you don't want to favor the remaining Reason players. Stonde is the lone man towards the A side of the map, leaving xartE and Juho in charge of the precious B-bomb sites. And in goes the creep from Reason as they make their way forwards. We get the grenades coming in, and that's xartE taking down 1. It's just HUNDEN left. He's on no health at all. He's got 2 HP. The guy is bleeding out at the moment. He's a medic. I don't think he's going to be able to get this bomb down anytime soon. 20 seconds left, to be honest, and that is that.
That was an uncomfortable fall. I winced a bit. His legs were straight down. Oh. 3 rounds to do it. Reason are going to go for the conservative play. They could go for a 4-2 with jOELZ, but then that might screw them for the remaining rounds. They're playing it a bit safe. By saying, okay, Mixcats. Okay, Mixcats. Maybe
we respect you.
He will take this round, but we will see you in the next. jOELZ continuing with the Mag 7. Where's he going to play it? xartE is close to B main at the moment. There's a timely smoke, but does he have the support? I think he does. There are almost 4 people over towards the B bomb site. Are they going to get here to support in time? There's 1 frag down. Sunny coming in for the second one. Juho taking the pot shots towards the plateau, and here comes jOELZ in the Mag 7. He's looking to make that cash, make that paper, make it rain. There we go. USPS will get the final frag. So now we should see the buy coming out for Reason. Nades, AKs, Mixcats 2 rounds away from overtime.
They are doing it. They're actually winning these rounds to my surprise, but they need to go 2 more. How clutch can they be? How composed? How much equanimity do they possess, James? So, we do have the AWP on Stonde still. He's been quite the menace with it in past rounds. The approach here from Reason is a rather standard one. Mixcat's a little bit more aggressive than usual on towards the A-bomb site. They've got not an incredibly aggressive push to the point where they'll actually get some information on what's going on in the T side of middle. But they do have forward positions to give themselves a lot of warning as to what's going on. But Reason are just focusing on challenging B at the moment, just playing it forward with maeVe and waiting to see whether or not there will be a response from Mixcat, and yet there is yet to be one. And oh, this could be it for Juho. He's going to be able to find the frag. No, he won't. He pulls out the grenade. HUNDEN was aware that he still needed to check that spot. He gets the pickup, and that is going to be very interesting right now because he gets the second frag onto stonde. HUNDEN all by himself is opening up the A bomb site. This is a disaster, but the Tech 9, as always, saves the day.
Well, can Mixcat recover from this situation? There's a fast push towards the B bomb site now. They only have xartE in there, and he's going to be paranoid about a drop zone. He finds himself one frag using the bomb site to try and cover himself. Has support now from jOELZ and Mag7, but does he have the range? Doesn't think he does. So he's opting for the Tech 9. Plants coming in. He's trying to even up the numbers if he can. While that happens, Sunny getting a frag on tabu, and Config will shoot jOELZ straight in the face. Sunny to clutch now. He's been so good for his team, but is this an insurmountable task? Config just teasing him, poking, prodding onto the bomb site. Where is the trade frag? Where's JUGI? He might not know. He has a kit. He's got no more nades. That's a flash. There's a first frag. Looking for a trade frag now, and that's going to be that straight in the head from JUGI to take us to map 3.
Yeah, we're going to Inferno, and after the first map was won by Mixcat, we looked at the maps and I was like, actually, wait a second. The maps favor Reason massively, to be honest. And we started to see it develop there, but that could very easily have been won, of course, by Mixcat, who, again, despite being called Mixcat and essentially more or less a mixed team playing in a mixed style, they know each other very well. So it's one of those things where we're a group of friends. We've been playing a lot, for a long time. We're a mixed team, but how much mixed team are we really? Either way, we're going to Inferno, and I would favor Reason definitely for this.
Yeah, I agree. But easier said than done again. If Mixcat bring, say, like a Nylem style, where they on Inferno, where they just have Ruthless. If they play Inferno the way they played Dust 2, basically, then they may win as well. So I'd say by no means is this map securely anybody's.
Alright guys, we'll go to a quick break and we'll find out very shortly who will actually be able to qualify for the qualifier, as this is the pre-qualifier.
For the qualifier.
DreamHack Stockholm, which then Cluj. See you after the break.
You could have just left it there. It would have been fine.